In my heart is a waterfall of windmills and rockets and empty baskets. In my heart is a waterfall, bleeding pine trees and lit up windows and poison arrows. In my heart is a waterfall of silver linings and dirty laundry and bedtime pain. In my
Hello, how are you? Today's been a mixed bag of things. I found out what was causing the breathing issues, so I got rid of that. That's really super. I've been able to breathe much better all day. It's great. I love breathing. Um, the meeting with the chair went great. I spoke with him, and it's still just as fantastic as the first time I met him. So that's awesome. Not so great. Damon had a seizure today at noon. So that was not super. But we do have the meeting with the specialist tomorrow. So hopefully we can, get some sort of an idea of something to help control his seizures better. So there's that. And, another good thing, Mellow Mushroom delivers, and I definitely got pizza, and I've already had the pizza, but I also got a giant salad, and, a big ass cookie. Half the cookie is gone because I've been nomming on that bitch. Bitches need cookies after their dogs have seizures. It's a rule. I don't make the rules. I'm just following it. So, yeah. That's where I'm at today. How are you? How has your day been? Hello. And for anybody new, these comments are likely not in order. So, hello to everybody. It's very nice to see you all. Ooh, you remember Twitch. That's awesome. Breathing is good. I like it. I'm a fan. I am a fan of breathing. Double chocolate chunk. Like it's like chocolate chip with extra chocolate chunks just piled up on top of it. It's fantastic. Which is why I've got about half of it eaten. I've been eating a quarter piece at a time. Cleaning out my mom's house. Oof. I'm sorry. Hello. So, yeah. This is where chocolate chunk cookie. It's from Mellow Mushroom, and they are so good. Mellow and like Mellow Mushroom is 100% a pizza place, and it's one of the only pizza places I can order from because they do vegan, and they actually concern themselves with not cross-contaminating things. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Mellow Mushroom for pizza. I did make my own pizza, or design my own pizza, vegan pizza, and it was fantastic and spicy, and I loved it. Highly recommend. And I can also say that from before, I wasn't able to have red meat. Mellow mushroom was amazing. Um, it, Cross contamination is such a challenge for everything. Like, oh, it is rough, and I'm so sorry you're allergic to mushrooms. I'm as sorry for you about that as I am for me about being allergic to red meat. Ooh, speaking of allergic to red meat, my daughter accidentally reminded me to order flea and tick meds for Wolfie and Shira. Um, I don't have to worry about it with Damon because anything that bites him dies. Um, but the other two, they need flea and tick meds, and it hadn't entered my brain yet. The brain is kind of like a sieve right now. But um, my daughter was out here faffing about in the woods, and she didn't do a tick check when she came inside. So she found 2 ticks attached to herself, one on a butt cheek. And she plans to, she saved them in little baggies. She plans to have them tested and all that good stuff. But yeah, it did remind me that I needed to get flea and tick medication for my dogs. Um, I I would wish what I have on no one, but considering the way she has disregarded my struggles with this red meat allergy, and has been, has often actively made it worse, it would be hella ironic if she ended up with it too. And like, that's not a kind thought, and I definitely hope she does not end up with it, but it is always a possibility if you get bit by a tick. So yeah, that definitely crossed my mind, because the thing that was making it hard for me to breathe, it was an air freshener thing that she put into the house next to my bedroom. I saw it there and I was like, where did that come from? And I was like, I just wonder, does this have some sort of glycerin type thing in it? And it does have a glycerin based thing in it, and so I absolutely snatched it out of the plug, and I did wait a while before throwing it away to see if that was actually what was doing it. But yeah. What was on the pizza? I have no idea why I'm so interested in your food tonight. Let's see, I had portobello mushrooms and jalapeno peppers and cheese, red sauce, and I think bell peppers and olives, black olives. And I just threw a bunch of random shit on there because it was just for me, so like I didn't worry about whether or not anyone else would like it. And it was thin crust. Poor Cammy. Yes, there's a reason you check. Yeah, I'm so vigilant about ticks on my body. Like, I can feel them crawling, and normally, people can't because they are so slow and sneaky. But yeah. So yeah, I sneaky ticks. I hate them. Oh, she's She's talking about. Okay, my daughter sent a message that I didn't understand at all. And essentially, it was a dude DoorDasher trying to get her to come out and help him. Absolutely not, sir. We paid you to drop this food off and leave. Heavy on the leave part. I had limes 1 year, 0 of 10, ick, ick, ick. Yeah, I haven't had the limes experience, but I have had for the past over a decade alpha gal, and also 0 of 10, ick, ick, ick. Hates it. If I had a tick on my butt, it would stay there because there's no way my kids would take it off for me. Never going outside again. She snatched it off herself. So yeah, I have not said anything about it to the kid, and I will not, because no, that would be rude, that would be unkind, and I won't say it to her. But you know, those things cross my mind, and you know, I realize it doesn't make me a bad person, but I share it mostly because, you know, it doesn't make me a bad person to think about those things, and it doesn't make other people a bad people to think about stuff like that. So I mean, that'd be great. Yeah, no thanks, crawlies. Yeah, the hot weather burst we've had has brought all the freaking bugs back from hell. I'm pretty certain she did, but not 100%. Hi, hello. This is freaky. What you just said, my husband just told our son on the phone. Oh, at Renee. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I definitely planned that. I love it. Alright, so I don't have the brain for painting. I did get new paint in today, and I'm really excited about it. And I got I'm sorry. I looked at my phone, and Kimmy sent a message. I swear I get all the crazies. I wouldn't go out there if he had two tires in the ditch and two spinning in the air. I might call a tow truck for him. I mean, we do get an unreasonable amount of DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. People, men, it's not all men, but it's always a man, trying to get help or trying to get access to us, and it's like, sir, you could just try being a decent person, and like, you'll do better, I promise. Trying to haunt women at their own houses, it's not the thing. Although I will say there are a few specific Uber Eats male drivers, shoppers, that are excellent. They're amazing. They get all my groceries every time, and I don't know if you guys have thought about this. I sincerely doubt you have, but because of Damon, I don't get out much. You know, like, I prefer not getting out a whole lot anyways, but like, I don't even get out to the grocery because I can't leave him alone. And, you know, the husband's gone a lot. So, because of that, I use a lot of, Instacart, Uber Eats. Kimmy apparently uses DoorDash. I just use Uber Eats because it's part of the Instacart deal. Oh, I leave the tip, but then I downrate them heavily, to the point where the app is like, hey, so we see you've had a problem, can we help you? And then I tell them how terrible he was. Only had one guy come to my door and spook me. He motorcycled into a cow on our road and walked for help. Legit reason, but I screamed for Dad when he appeared in your windows. What? Yeah, we there was one Uber Eats guy that like, instead of dropping off the stuff and going, he decided to stand there and knock on the door and insist, like he was steady knocking on the door. The dogs are going batshit, and I had to get my husband to go answer the door because he just wasn't going away. And to his credit, Marvin, he is shirtless. He is an old roughneck, and not redneck, roughneck, and this man went to the door shirtless, in his jeans, looking scruffy as all get out, snatched it open and said, "What do you want?" And the guy said, they requested that I meet them at the door, and he was like, "No, the fuck she did not. She would never request somebody meet her." And he snatched the food out of the guy's hand and slammed the fucking door. It was great. and Marvin had no question in his mind, not a single one, that I would ever in my life request that the person delivering something, make contact. Like, what? Absolutely not. I don't want to make contact with much of anybody these days. Poor dude was having a rough day. Yeah. At night, didn't hear the door. Oh my God, sir, use the door. Don't go to the window. Exactly. We had an incident when we were first married. My husband had just had shoulder surgery, is in a sling, on pain meds, when this drunk came to the door insisting he lived there and had to come in. Oh no. Yeah, it was fantastic. This was before 911 and cell phones. My husband went after him with a ball bat, screwed up his shoulder, had to go back to the hospital. Yeah, I feel that. See, that's exactly it. Most days, like, I am content to see only the dogs and Catherine. I'm totally cool with it if those are the only living creatures I see in a day. At least most of the time, and like, Kylie is excluded from that. I always love seeing her, even if she's destroying my sleep. I'm a property assessor. I get the police called on me a lot. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine. Like, do they not even go out and, like, just, "Hey, how you doing? What you doing?" Like, that's always my first thing if I see somebody out in the yard. Even if I don't actually go up to them, at least poke my head out the door and, "Hey, how you doing? What you doing? Why are you here?" And they answer if they have a legitimate reason. "Oh, have a good day," and go on about my fucking business. Yes, Jess, I'm content with me, myself, and I, and maybe the grandchild. Exactly. Yes, that is it. All right, we have been chatting for 20 minutes, and I love talking with you guys. You are all amazing, but we really need to get into sprints. I went way too long. So sorry about that for everybody that's desperately waiting on a sprint. So here we go. First sprint of the evening. Thank you for your patience. All the magic, and I'll see you on the other side. How did you do? How did you do? I got some reading done. Not as much as I'd like. I ate the cookie more than I needed. But it is what it is. So, you know, and I moved around appropriately so that the dog could be comfortable. You know, and that's important. Let's see. Hello, Angelique, coming in to show that like button some love. Howdy all, appreciated. And Loki came in to say hello. Loki definitely wanted us to know, you know, or possibly Drina. They definitely wanted us to know that they were dipping off to be fed, at least according to Jenna. She was announcing her skedaddle for treats. And it's that time. So forgive me all. I am gonna do the doggy thing because I cannot do the late thing. Let's say, laugh out loud, that's okay. It was funny. It absolutely was. I love kitties, no complaints here. And I'm not going to put these up on the screen immediately, but I'm going to read them out and I'll slideshow through them afterwards. Now, we approve of cat and dog shenanigans around here. We absolutely do. All I wanted was to give her food so I can make me food. Well, I mean, she did get her food, right? Linda did the kid thing. Lori is not writing tonight, working on a different project. So now I'll just pop through these real quick for anybody that is needing to read. They'll have to pause to fully read it, but you know, it is what it is. That's weird. The wolf didn't go off for about 30 seconds after it got to 0, and then the break timer. Yes. I actually know the answer to that. It is because apparently Ecamm was waiting for permission to access the Dropbox because Dropbox just randomly updated. It didn't ask or anything, it just did. Hey you. There you go. Oh boy. So it was waiting on me to approve the whole thing. And that's where that extra 30 seconds came from. Budgeting. Love it. 430, but I think I need to do taxes next sprint. Oh no. Hey gang, so anyone know how to fix the headrest on a really old office chair? It's got a wide bar, so I don't think clamps will work. I do not, without pictures. I, need pictures to figure out what we're working with, Oh, okay, that's fancy. I was looking at the screen and wondering if mine froze. Not this time. This time it was definitely Ecamm and Dropbox acting a fool. They do that occasionally. Also, my paint. Sorry, my hips need stretching. That's why I keep fidgeting around. My paint that came in, they gave me 2 extra tubes of this blue color that I ordered. I don't know why, but I gotta email them and say something, because like, why did you give me 2 extra tubes of blue? Like, what are you trying to say? Really, I think somebody just was incautious when they were packing the order. But it's all good. There we go. Mark that is done. All right, so that was the end of our break. We're going to hop right into sprint number 2 because we took entirely too long at the beginning of the sprints. So all the magic, and I'll see you on the other side. did you do? How did you do? Angelique hit Google for the darn headrest, and Jess approved the comment. Because what? It was definitely because of the D word, because YouTube does in fact have an issue with the D. And Jess speculates that perhaps YouTube has not had any good D in a while. Sorry, y'all. I am still coughing up the crud. So, yeah. But, and then Angelique went down a brief rabbit hole. Apparently, you have to remove the back cover to get to the screws to adjust the tension of the headrest. I'm too lazy for all that, so a couple large binder clips and the headrest stays up. Thank you, MacGyver. Edits, edits, edits! I'm back! Huh. Is that kind of like they're back? And if you didn't hear that little kid on Poltergeist, you've missed out. Had a snack, love it. Well, if it would stop censoring it, right? I seriously need to stop doom scrolling. Well, you know, we're going into the third sprint shortly, so, like, you're on target. Rereading. Goodness, I walked into an interesting chat this evening. Chat here is interesting every evening in a variety of ways. So, welcome, welcome. Heather Rourke, may she rest in peace. Did I miss something? So many comments I can't say in regards to what Google wanted her to do with the headrest. I am finishing reading the same book I was reading yesterday. Awesome. And I enjoy it every time. Oh yes, that's right. These days when you say a girl's name and rest in peace, like, it might have been an Alpine divorce. So I gotta check. Like, I do remember that she passed. And that was really awful. She was a fantastic actress. She did all of those movies amazingly. And did you know that the guy that played the preacher in what was it, like 3, Poltergeist 3, he actually had some sort of cancer, is why he looked like that. That wasn't makeup. That was how he looked. And it was terrifying. He was the most terrifying of anything in those movies. And I don't know what's wrong with me, but my brain is wild right now. Are we sure it's something wrong, or is it just like, is this every day and your filter's screwed up today? I think so. Yeah. It was just one of those weird things I came across. Reading random stuff, because that's how I roll. I read all the things. But yeah, he had massive cancer and like was already on his way out when he did that movie. So yeah, it's hella creepy. Hella creepy. But then again, part 2, where she was staying with the aunt and all those mirrors. holy crap. And my neighbor's tree, the one that they desecrated, I don't know if you guys remember the tree in Poltergeist, the part one, um, the tree that like reached in to grab the little boy. Um, it had like a bunch of cut off limbs, and like, it had some little stems trying to grow out and stuff. That is probably what my neighbor's tree that they desecrated is going to look like later this summer. The poltergeist tree, because they chopped off all, any main limb, any large limb that they could without risking hitting the house, being as they were doing it with a non-professional installation. Um, they didn't have a bucket truck or anything, just some dude crawling around on the tree trying to cut off all the branches. So yeah, if that tree tries to survive and grow some more, grow some bits out, it's going to end up looking a lot like that tree, because it's got all, it's a skeleton of a large oak tree right now. All it needs is those the little branches sticking out, and it'll be a ringer. And for anybody that's keeping up, the vultures that sit on top of the newly desecrated tree, they have also started doing their roosting and actual nesting in the pine trees at the back of the neighbor's property. They're never in my trees. Um, I don't desecrate my trees, so that might have something to do with it. But I am finding some of their feathers, where they preen and clean and whatnot. I am finding some of those over in my yard, which I'm not upset about. Um, but I am just waiting for the smell to start hitting, because you know what vultures eat, and they take their food home sometimes to eat, and or to feed their young, and they're messy eaters. They're like, they're like little toddlers, so shit goes everywhere. It is going to be a massive stink coming from my neighbor's backyard later this year. And all I can think is they may as well have engraved an invitation to these birds with the way they desecrated the trees. So yeah. Are they doing cartoon level songs and dances in doo-wop barber style? No. Ooh, but I have a song for you. Um, let me find it. Okay. So many of you, well, maybe not many, but possibly you all will remember "Without Me" by Eminem. Um, a black group has done that song as if it were done back in the 40s. It is amazing. I love it. Red Village and Mikey's Mind. Mikey's Mind is spelled Mikeeeysmind. Um, I'll find it on YouTube and share a link. But it is an amazing sounding song, sung that way, and I'm in love with it. Uh, let's see. Nope, they're asking each other what they want to do. Right? Oh, all right. So here we go. Third sprint, all the magic, and I'll see you on the other side. How did you do? How did you do? I got some reading done. Let's see. Okay, not my usual style of music, but catchy. Yeah, yeah, it's super catchy. Um, I love it. Hi Heather, how's it going? Thank you, and I hope you have a great evening too. I finished the book. Now on to book number 4 out of 10 in the series. I love it. Enjoy. Good night, Lori. I hope you have the best night and you wake rested, refreshed, and ready to kick the crap out of your day. Same to you, Angelique, who is also heading to bed and will catch us all on the flip side. Edits, hunting, editing, notation to clear it. Love that. I did a lot of messages that sprint. Yes. Still rereading. Love it. Messaging. Right. I actually started, I realized I'm using a rock as a fidget, and I thought, I have adult money, I could have a fidget. Maybe I should look for a butterfly knife. that was my adult fidget years ago. But I put it away because, kids and like, they thought it was a really cool thing. And I was like, it is. But it's also not for you. So much not for you. So yeah, there's that. They also have this pangolin sensory fidget toy, and it'd be kind of like having a little pocket pet. Yeah, spin the ruler on the pencil, like, for my particular generation, we had Rubik's cubes, we had butterfly knives, we had throwing stars. We had a lot of really dangerous shit. And slap bracelets. Like there were more than a few of us that were just, constantly slapping our wrists with those things. You'd have thought we were Catholic. My husband has a gear shift fidget that fits in his pockets. Yeah. Kids and stabby things, right? I took all the stickers off the Rubik's Cubes and put them in order so I could... yes. Paper footballs with staples in them. Yeah, but we didn't use those as fidgets so much. Not the paper footballs. Yeah, but definitely the slap bracelets. And I had a whole thread about this on Threads, because like Gen X was, and the Zennials by extension were absolutely insane. Because like we were not supposed to have anxiety, and most of the things that we have now that that we now know exist didn't then, and we were just supposed to handle our shit and be okay, and we really weren't. We absolutely were not, and a lot of us used sharp objects as our fidgets, and like, was it healthy? I really doubt it. But I will say that it got a lot of us through, so there's that. Oh, I sliced myself good on one of those slap bracelets, I bet. Apparently that was how you played with that. Slap bracelets are still a thing for some kids. They are. But I've seen the way they're made now, And I feel like they are made much better, much more safely than what we had access to, because like ours were essentially uh, measuring tape, measuring tape metal, and like maybe it had a thin cloth covering on it. So yeah, we have scars. Scars. Yes, pogs. These are plastic. Ours were legit metal inside. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm so serious when I say that they were like measuring tape metal, like literally. It was, and in fact, one of the people on my thread said that the cloth came off of theirs, and it was literally a misprinted measuring tape. So yeah, yeah. We used a lot of dangerous shit for our fidget spinners, and all that to say, I am really, really glad that we have moved forward and we have better things to use for fidgets, and that people today don't have to use the dangerous shit we were using. Okay. Sorry. Damon is under my desk, like between my feet, and he stretched, and a good stretch, you stretch out, and there's kind of a little shake to it. My nerves can't handle that today. My nerves, like when he had his seizure today, we were napping. We were laying in the bed, and he was napping laying on me, because like that's his comfort space, is to lay on somebody. So he was laying on me when he started having his seizure. That is what I woke up to. um, so to say that my nerves cannot handle the guessing game of, is this a seizure, or is it a stretch? I'm not even being a little funny. And I know this is in response to, I am so glad that the fidgets we have now are so much better, and not dangerous things, because that's all we have. um, and that we have diagnosis and help and things like that. All right, so sorry, I'm getting off on tangents. It is because I'm scattered tonight. So all the magic, and I'll see you on the other side of our fourth and final sprint. How did you do? How did you do? That was our fourth and final sprint of the evening. And it is almost midnight. But I have like 2.5 pages left to read, so not bad. How did you do? I have hunted down all the invisible tracked changes and have 8 of 18 pages ready for proofing. Excellent, excellent. Got 101 words done and worked on my massive missive. Excellent. I love it. Great job. Thank you. 534 words. Awesome. Yeah, no worries. No worries. So yeah, I did get reading done, obviously. I ordered a couple of fidgety things so that, you know, because not all rocks have like minerals that are necessarily great for us. So yeah, it's probably better if I use a fidget toy than a rock, right? At least that's my thoughts on things. But I got a little spiky roller thing and a little clicky coffin. So we'll see. Absolutely. I'm glad I could hang out with you. All right. I am gonna get out of here for now. Me and circling on. We're gonna go in the house and we're gonna get some sleep. And yeah, no worries. You too. And we're gonna just chill for the rest of the night. And tomorrow, we're gonna see a specialist. Hopefully, it'll be good things. So, you guys have the best night. May you all wake rested, refreshed, and ready to kick the crap out of your day. Good night.
In my heart is a